Hello and welcome to the Valley Preview. I'm your host, Alistair Dwyer. We have a huge day of racing coming up this Saturday with a featured Group 2 race, the Jeep Australia Stakes, assembling a quality field of horses. While the action on the track will be sizzling, off track we have plenty to keep everyone on course entertained, including a huge Aussie barbecue, and we're joined by St Crispin chef Joe Gerbach. Joe, can you just tell us about one of the feature items on the menu, the kangaroo burger?
Yep, so we've come up with a beautiful kangaroo burger, a little bit fitting for the Australia Day, a couple of days later on, but yeah, yummy kangaroo beetroot slaw, and then there's a little barbecue plum sauce in there as well.
Sounds delicious. We've also got the pepper crusted steaks. Can you just share with the viewers how to cook the perfect steak?
I think the perfect steak is definitely not, single turn. Put it on, don't play with it. Don't turn it over 6 times, just, put it on, let it cook, 2 minutes, and then turn it over once. That's it.
And have you got any tips for us for Saturday when you're here on course?
I think my biggest tip is probably keep your money in your pocket. You're definitely sure of a win on that one. And save it for the barbecue. There's lots of great food going on there. So, yeah, come down and enjoy it.
We're now joined by the Valley's track foreman, Tony Salisbury. Flash, how's the track looking for the feature race day on Saturday?
It's looking pretty good, Alistair. We're putting some water on today. We'll give it about, say, 6 to 8 mil to get us through today, tomorrow. A bit of rain forecast on Friday, anything up to 10 mil. Pentrometer today of 4.33, which is in the genuine good 3 range. Rail 3 initially was going to be in the true, but a little bit of wear from the previous 2 meetings, haven't been in the true position. We just decided to go out 3. With the workload that we got ahead coming in the autumn and tailing off with 2 group meetings at the end of that night season, just sort of a wise move just to push the rail out that 3 metres and get on a fresh pad of grass.
And Marty's tips are good and bad on some occasions. Flash, can you find us a winner on Saturday?
I'll do my best, Alistair. I'll throw it out there and say race 6, number 11, Primer. Lee and Shannon Hope combination. We'll see how they go on Saturday.
We're now joined by the Valley's racing analyst, Ben Spall. Ben, you got up at the crack of dawn on Tuesday to see the horses gallop around the Valley. Did anything catch your eye?
Yeah, Godolphin brought out a large contingent of horses on Tuesday morning, Alistair, 4 of which will come to Moonee Valley and race on Saturday. We caught up with Godolphin's assistant trainer, David Charles, and he rated their chances ahead of their assignments on Saturday. Holler back to Moonee Valley after his dominant last win on Cox Plate Day. David, how's he developed in the break?
Yeah, look, he's done really well. He's had a start of his prep in Sydney, and the team has seen him down in great order down here for this race on Saturday.
What did you make of his work this morning?
Yeah, well, John was very happy with his trial in Sydney and he's happy with the horse, and his work this morning was very good. So we're looking forward to Saturday.
Meets a hot field in the Australia Stakes on Saturday, but gets in nicely with the 55 kilos. How's the confidence levels?
Oh, look, there's no doubt he's prepared well for this race, so we expect him to run really well.
And Calvarade is the other horse that runs on Saturday. Just had the 1 run in the spring in the Furious Stakes.
Yeah, look, she's a really nice progressive type filly, and she's same again. She's came down from Sydney in great order. The team up there has sent her down very well, so we expect her to run really well on Saturday.
Okay, just the 1 run at Moonee Valley, and it was a dominant win in the St Albans. How did he reunite with the track this morning?
Yeah, look, it's always it's a great asset to be able to come across here and give them a look at the surface, the track and the surface. It's an excellent facility provided by Moonee Valley, so we're very happy to take it on.
And 2 trials in preparation for the first up assignment for the 1200 metres. What's the stable's expectation first up?
Well, look, she's pretty ready, so we're hoping she'll run really well on Saturday.
The feature race on Saturday, Ben, is the Group 2 Jeep Australia Stakes, a cracking field assembled by our racing ops team here at Moonee Valley. What did you make of the field?
Yeah, they'd be thrilled with the lineup. They've got a total of 13 horses, 4 Group 1 winners, including last year's winner in Mourinho. You've also got Rebel Dane, Huckleback and Trust and August, who's drawn a little bit awkwardly there out wide. There's also horses like Durandell, who won the Standish Handicap, and also Sir Bible that are racing in excellent form. And I think the 3-year-olds down the bottom of the weights get in with a sneaky chance as well. So cracking addition to the Australia Stakes on Saturday.
And the other feature race on the card is the $150,000 Vobis Gold Star. What did you make of that race?
I think it's only a racing 3, to be honest, Alistair, between the top 2 Darren Weir runners in Profit Share and Burning Front, and also the Corstons trained Del Prado. The Weir duo have been racing in excellent form. Profit Share's going for a hat-trick of wins, having won the Woodford and Port Fairy Cups, and Burning Front, I think he's only missed a place in a handful of his 30-something career starts. He's a really honest customer. Del Prado's come back in excellent form. I think it's going to be a great race, race 5.
And Ben, a couple of best bets for the day?
Yeah, those who like to play in the main race, Alistair, I don't think you can go wrong on the each-way basis with number 13, Holler in the Australia Stakes. The Godolphin runner thought it worked really well here on Tuesday morning. Won the Red Anchor Stakes in dominant fashion on Cox Plate Day, and prior to that was pipped at the post at Caulfield behind Mahuta. That form looks really good now. As for my main bet for the day, get the cash early. Race 1, number 2, Yulong Baby's been racing in terrific form. I think it's been racing and beating some of its key rivals, and I think you can load up in race 1 on Yulong Baby.
Make sure you bring the kids along on Saturday. We'll have plenty of activities for them, including totem tennis, petting zoo, face painting and pony rides. We're going to have Australia's Got Talent's Andrew De Silva rocking the beer garden, and we're going to cover all the action from the Australian Open and the One Day International on the big screen. I'll see you at the Valley on Saturday.